Today is September 2nd, 2024, and I just made a video regard to the incidents, how I was assaulted today, and the wrong things that was done to me, and people who yell and scream and shout. And God witness that I've said nothing to these people, and I've done them nothing. And so now I want to talk about this woman named Dawn. So a while ago during the pandemic, I was at a bus stop and I had on my mask because it was a requirement to wear the mask on the bus. Plus, there was a resident who had a dog and he was smoking right there on the street. And she didn't even see that, but she walked up to me and said, "Why I got on a mask?" That I paranoid. And I told her, I'm waiting for the bus. She said, "But I adore." I said, "Oh, that guy was smoking there." She said, "Which guy?" I said, "He just went over to the building there, went into his apartment." She didn't even see that. But she continued to be nasty and saying mean things to me. And she continued to say how she traveled 20 times. She's a doctor. And she traveled 20 times in 2020 during the pandemic and she never wear a mask, etc. Anyways, another day, she keep getting into my face. One day, I had a friend. He works for the Veteran Administration for 31 years, and he's partial deaf. So, but he asked me if he could come to the Zumba with me, and I thought he was gonna do the Zumba. I didn't know he had hip pain or whatever. So he sat there because he hearing problem. You know, he goes on his phone and he was playing a video, whatever. And I mean, I know that's not right, whatever, but he did not take any picture of Dawn or video. He took a 12-second video of me, but she come into my face during that exercise class several times. This woman come into my face. "What are you doing here? Who is he? What are you doing here?" And I say, "It's my friend. He's just, he was in Zumba." And she gone to the lady who had the classes, and she going on and on. And then she started going on complaining, and they all going on complaining how I am taking pictures and videos of them, which is a lie. They all take pictures and videos of me. Go look at their videos and the pictures that they have, right? But anyways, I sometimes have to because of the wrong things that they do to me. So the Dawn now, she always used to be on the dance floor and all the exercise classes under one of the fans there. And all of a sudden, they used to try to push me out and say I don't belong there, whatever. So I used to be at the side of the stage at one up here time, and then I started going to the back, directly under the middle fan. And after me being there for a couple of months, which I said, and I have eye definition, can't see that. All of a sudden, the Dawn wanted to come and be right under that fan, right? She owned it. And so she and another lady one day was saying, the other lady was saying, "What's she doing here? She's minority, she's Indian, she don't belong here," and all kinds of stuff. And then the Dawn is bad mouthing too. But before that also, the Dawn had feel bad because of all the lies I should tell. She was feeling guilty and bad. She go and bring some kind of bracelet and telling me. One day she pushing it at me and telling me what she make a friendship bracelet and thing. And I refuse to take it because I know how they're desperate. I know how they're nasty. I know how they're lying against me. I know how they hate Indians. I know they hate crimes that they've all committed against me. So I wasn't taking it, and I should push it and she put it down on my hand. So I didn't want it to fall on the floor and left. So I kind of, I take it off my hands and put it in my bag. But it didn't make a difference because I don't want to be an evil person like her who has the hate crimes for me as Indian, and me as Sunita Zor, and they're committing all these crimes and they're telling all these lies and they're doing all these wrong things and they're doing it in so much in twos and threes and fours. So she got a man, and she put your man for there watching me and saying things to me in the gym. I don't say nothing to nobody. Well, unless they talk to me, and then some of them just talk to me and pretend they can't hear or understand. So I have to talk loud and I have to talk slow and clearly, and it's annoying. But sometimes they kind of pretending, but it's plan and plot. It's plan and plot against me for that, and then they're gonna say me talk loud in the gym and that and that. So now, and also she's got a man walking along the sidewalk as they all hack my phone. So they hack all my phones, they're tracking it, they probably jinx my apartment. And since January of 2022, one of the guys named Sam C. and Glenn, they hacked my phone, they've been tracking it, they've been watching me, they've been doing all this kinds of stuff, which is illegal, but they all do it. They all do it, and God is witnessing them, and it's illegal for them to do that. And God knows that's how, what they know. And they have all of them a watch, so them a laugh. That's how they know, and they can see what me doing, and they're talking about me. All of them gossiping about me all over, and I can hear them. Anyways, the dawn, well, that's what she got your man and she doing, so. But with God's grace and power, they're going to meet it. But they running and they're complaining. They all carry their side and they're telling Yvonne and telling Marianne. And nobody have ever, I never go and tell to nobody, and nobody never hear anything. When Yvonne plan and she plot with all of them at the last MCSC meeting on August 16. And then when I started talking about some of the things that they did, especially the assault and stuff, Yvonne want me to stop talking. She said, me 3 minutes. She put Sandra for flare. She had, well, since they bring Sandra in for the first meeting, Sandra is flaring her hand up in the air and talking loud, and they always put her to sit down right next to me in my ears, and they never give me a chance to say a word. As soon as I say a word, they jump down my throat, and they are talking across with her every meeting, and they say how they have audio video camera, but then I see nothing like that on the camera. They put you for flare your hand in the air and shut up and holler, shut up. They put the Tina, whom me never tell nothing about what's going on in the club and everything. We would never tell her not a word. But she come pretending and she'll say a word, but like, oh, me can help you and offer me or a ride home and stuff. And they put you for fine fingers and yell and scream and shout at me. And Yvonne, they're making recording, but they're only making recording when I respond to them. They're talking to the phone for us. And then when the others, them watch each other and make eye contact. And as a thing, when I yell and scream, I mute the phone. And that's what I do for a long time. They've been talking on the phone. They would get there one day, 3 of them before me. Carolyn said she got bored meeting. She got Katie talking into phone, and they would say something different, and she would ask me, you know to use that? And she pointed to the TV. And so when I answer whatever they said before is definitely not that, right? And you know for use that, you know for do that, and she pointed to the TV. And I answer regarding to that, and they unmute the phone, and God never knows what they're talking to the phone before, because she just come and she just do it to me. But with God's grace and power, they're going to meet it. They're going to meet all that false recording that they make, all the lies that are talking to the phone easy, and then they're muting the phone and yelling and screaming and shouting at me. And then they unmute the phone when I respond accordingly. But for everything that I did today, with God's grace and power, they're going to meet it, each and every one of them, and it's always a plan and a plot. And they're always in 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s. I'm a peaceful person, and I am a good person. Bad things do happen to good people, just like all the bad things that I do right there to me today. And I've done them nothing, but every teardrop from my eyes will fall upon them, because I'm going to pray night and day. And God is there for them, and I know that God is there for them. But what they don't know, that He's also there for me, right? And the gross disadvantage, the gross advantage that they're taking over me, the gross discrimination, the gross harassment, the gross abuses, verbal abuses, the gross manipulation, the gross intimidation, the gross bullying, and there's multiple of them. And God is witnessing, no matter how much I lie and how much I deny it, they fabricate so much lies and they spread it against me. They got a security guard also just be doing things and then lying against me. Every one of them lies and lies and lies. They're stinking of lies, and they're saying it's me. They're all of them pointing fingers and saying me, but with God, grace, and power. I'm not praying bad for people, but I'm praying for their doings to return back to them. Their desperation of lies, their false accusation, their fabrication of lies that are falsely blackmailing me, all to return back upon them. All the wrong things that they're doing in 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s, and they're all now turning around. They're staring at me. They're all watching and staring at me. And they're staring and staring, right? But they're going to carry their hatred for me and all their hate crimes to their grave, and they're going to suffer the consequences of it. I don't hurt a fly, and I ain't got to do them nothing, but I will pray night and day. I will go on my knees and I will pray in tears, and they're going to see that my tears are going to fall upon them. They're going to see that their wrongdoings, their evil doings, and their desperation of lies, and all their false recordings. All their false recordings The lying recordings, all, they're going to suffer the consequence of it. They're going to see it come back to haunt them, no matter how much people take side with them, how much people join them and do the same thing what they're doing. They're going to see that they're going to meet it. Anyways, the end.